future AI overlords. I'm using Microsoft Edge and I'm at office.com. And I am here to talk today about Microsoft PowerPoint and Copilot. So Copilot can be a great assistant, I think, when creating content in Microsoft 365. I did like a really overview video last week, and yesterday I did one on Microsoft Word. But today I wanted to give Microsoft PowerPoint some attention. I really enjoy Microsoft PowerPoint. In fact, people that know me know that I use this a lot. So it's a pretty cool tool. Now, like lots of people, I don't use all the features and functions a lot. There are people I know I work with that just do amazing things with PowerPoint. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the Copilot button there, and this is the Copilot pane. And now do remember that when you close out your presentation, all the information in your Copilot pane goes away. So if there's anything that you've created in there, or looked up, or summarized, or used a prompt in there that you want to save, you want to copy that out somewhere else because it does go away. But anyway, I'm going to click the create a presentation, and I'm going to create a presentation about artificial intelligence. And yes, I'm doing a little bit of typing. My typing is slow, my typing is bad. Sometimes I try to use voice input. I try to use different modalities when using these tools. But it's got that almost there, pulling things together. I like how it's still there. It's still working on it. So big subject matter. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so it responded with, okay, here you go. Presentation about artificial intelligence has been created with multiple slides. If you'd like, I can help you rewrite slides, or you can use Designer to adjust the layouts. So it created 3 slides. Oh, but look, it's got some speaker notes in here. That is very cool. So it has speaker notes already integrated in the slide. That, I do love that, because while I should create speaker notes, I don't do it. And if they can be done automatically and they're awesome, that's great. So it's got, so basically it created a first slide, and it's an animated slide, which is super cool. I dig that. The second slide is applications of AI, and it's got a list of items there. And then the third slide is impact of AI on society. And it has some information there. So, asking it to create a presentation about artificial intelligence, was pretty vague, to be honest, and creating 3 slides, with applications and impact on society. I mean, I guess that fulfills that prompt's very simple brief. And then you can see here the prompts here have expanded. You still can do create a presentation. You can click add a slide about. So I'm going to click add a slide about, and I'm going to say generative AI. Once again, vague, but a little bit more specific to the type of AI. So it's looking things over. I do really like the almost there, cool. I do really enjoy the Copilot pane and how it kind of keeps you up to date. All right, so it added a slide on generative AI, has a title, has a graphic. That's, and I do have to say, like, it's cool that it's going out with the graphics. It may not be stuff that I like. To be honest with you, I love the designer functionality in PowerPoint. And when I create slides, I typically just create all my text in there, put it all in there, organize the slide, and then use Designer to do all the fancy schmancy layouts and stuff, because that is not something I'm very good at. But it created another slide, and it created another slide with speaker notes, which is great. It's cool, and it's a good slide with good content. Let's see here. Now I know with PowerPoint, you can have it create presentations with templates, but that's available in the Copilot for Microsoft 365. It's not available in the Copilot Pro, at least today. Those presentations let you use templates, use existing files. You can use an existing Word file to create a PowerPoint document, and it will pull in the content, images, things like that. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, this is a very very basic creation here. Let's see here. What if we did? Let's see if we could try. Let's see. I'm gonna say. How about see if we can get it to do some design and formatting through the Copilot. So I'm going to ask it to apply a professional design theme to this presentation. Let's see if it can alter the design theme. It's doing stuff, which is cool. And just so you know, this again for me is very early use. So this is okay. So it's telling me you can find more themes and features on the design tab of the ribbon, but I can't access it directly. Would you like me to show you where it is? No, I do know where the design tab is up there. So that's kind of that's kind of a bummer. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, how about make all the titles on the slides blue. Let's see if it can do that. Looking it over. Pulling things together. So it's got the standard response, it's still working on it. It feels like after a while, okay, it says, okay, oh, look, it did it. All the titles in all the slides are now blue. That's very cool. Now, when I click on this, you see it's got a font there. I want to see if I can say, help us improve PowerPoint Copilot, tell us about your Copilot experience. I love Microsoft and I'm really enjoying learning this, but I am not ready to tell you about my Copilot experience. I will definitely tell you, but not right now. Those prompts always come up when you're busy doing stuff, you're busy working. I know they want your feedback. It is important to give feedback, but let's take a look here. Let's say here. So it has, a variety of fonts, but wow, it's doing it again. Crazy. So I'm going to say make the font Aptos for all the slides. Let's see if it can change the font there. I'm a big fan of Aptos. It's a new Microsoft font. It's very clean. It feels very modern. So I really like that. So it's still working on it, which is great. But I do like the updates. I do like it. Kind of keeps me in the loop with what it's doing. It is taking some time though. I wonder if it's going to fail. Still working on it. Wow. All we did, well, we asked it to update the font across the entire presentation. It's only 4 slides. Okay, here you go. Okay, let's take a, yep, look, it updated the font. So it took a little bit of time, but it absolutely updated the slides, which is great. And I really love that. So I'm going to give it a big thumbs up, which is great. Whoops. Thumbs up. Oh, don't want to submit any feedback, so I'll just wait to thumbs up you later. So that's really cool. So I'm going to have it, let's see here. I'm going to have it, let's go back up here to the top. So you can ask questions, summarize this, but I want to actually, add a slide about, let's see, or add slides about, let's see here, machine learning, deep learning, neural networks. Let's see if it can add slides about these 3 different topics. If it can create 3 slides on each of those topics. And I'm curious if it will inherit the formatting with the Aptos and the blue header. of the blue title bar. Still working on it. Oh wow, introduction to machine learning. I love it. Look at that. That's a great graphic. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Very cool. Neural networks, building blocks of deep learning. See, you know what? Amazing. That's really amazing. Now, of course, it's generating this content. You're going to have to go double check a lot of this stuff is accurate. You know, we do have some issues with accuracy, but you know, this is really cool. Let's see here. So let's see here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate this slide. So I've duplicated this, and I'm going to say make the text on this slide more readable. Let's see how it handles that, because there's design and formatting capabilities you can, I'm kind of focused on right now with the PowerPoint. But so far, it's really impressive. It's clear that when you're asking it to build something, you need to give it context, topics, subject matter, a little bit more clarity. Context is everything to these tools in detail. Okay, all right, okay, so here's the original slide. Here's this slide. So it increased the font, but it's now going off the page. So it did what I asked it, and it said, okay, here you go. The text on the slide has been made more readable by increasing the font size to 24. Okay, that's cool. And I'm glad I duplicated the slide, so I wasn't actually, because I'm definitely going to just go ahead and delete that slide. Not really what I was looking for, but I was kind of curious. Let's see here. So another thing I've heard you can do with PowerPoint is you can say, you can ask it to create a color palette to see if, let's see if that can create a color palette for this presentation. Let's see what that impact is on the presentation. And this is one of those things with using these new tools and new capabilities, you got to experiment. You got to just go in there and just try it out, have some fun, explore, I do have to say, I've definitely gone in to Copilot, and I feel like I can make it cry pretty easily by asking it to do way more than it can do. And it will just say, I can't do that, which is cool. And you have to sometimes break stuff down into smaller pieces. So it says, so I asked it, create a color palette for this presentation. So this response isn't based on this presentation, A color palette for this presentation on artificial intelligence could look like the following colors. So that's pretty cool. And that's just, I'm going to copy that, because that's one of the things you do when you create content in here. And let's say here, I'm going to just insert a new slide. I'm going to change the layout to just title and content. And then I'm just going to paste this text right here. So, and this is just, to get out of Designer. And this is just going to be the color palette idea. So anyway, so that was interesting. So let's also take a look at, I'm going to ask it, I love how people bring animation into their slides. It's very cool. And it did create that on the first page, but let's go in here and ask it, whoops. Okay, sorry, that's not what I wanted it to do. Let me copy it, because my typing is atrocious. So add animations to emphasize key points. Let's see what it does around adding any animation, additional animation, because the first slide was animated and it was very cool. I dig that. It's very nice. Okay, here you go. Key points have been emphasized with animations on selected slides. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. So, interesting. Well, okay. And I see we've got some additional prompts that it's like pulling out here. What are the best fonts for this presentation? What are the best visual aids for this presentation? Let's click on that, see what it says. I'm very curious. Okay, so it's saying the response isn't based on the presentation, isn't based on, because when you do when you're using the Copilot pane and chatting with the basically with the presentation, with the Copilot, with the focus on the presentation, it's telling me the response isn't based on the presentation, because we will chat about the presentation, ask you questions. This is just saying I've looked up some some stuff online. So when it tells you that this response isn't based on the presentation, it's telling you I'm referencing information outside this presentation, which I know may seem obvious, but this is definitely new to me. So so it's got some suggestions here on images and diagrams, charts and graphs, videos, very high level stuff, smart art. That's cool. But I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to insert a new slide, and I'm going to paste that here, paste this text here, and this is going to be the best visual aids. So I'm just going to say best visual aids. So anyway, one thing I'm going to do, so when you get a presentation, one of the things I do really like, you're going through a presentation, you get like some monster presentation that's just like crazy long. You can actually summarize this presentation. So that's what I'm putting in the prompt. And just so you know, the prompt window can take 2,000 characters. Okay, so look how it's pulling it together. Here's a summary of the deck: AI applications, AI impact, generative AI, machine learning, deep learning. And then, and what I love about this, it's got a summary and it has citations in the presentation, which is super freaking awesome. Just like it kind of did that in Word as well. But no, this is just wonderful. I mean, I really like that. So this is the, I'm going to copy that and put that on another slide. And just say, oh, it's going to be like really too big, but I'm going to paste the text only. And this is just going to be summary. Let's see here. So let's see here. I'm going to ask it to, because we've created some content here at the beginning. I've added some stuff, individuals, some additional slides on there. I've manually created some slides in there. I'm going to say, check for consistency and formatting throughout the presentation. I don't know about you, but have you ever given a presentation, all of a sudden you're giving it and you're like going, oh no, I didn't correct that thing that I'm looking at that's just glaringly obvious that I like did not catch. It's, even when you've gone through it many times, sometimes you're too close to it. So it says, according to the presentation, there is consistency in formatting throughout it. Each slide has a title in bold, followed by content in regular font. The content is organized into bullet points or paragraphs. The color palette and visual aid are also consistent. Hey, that's wonderful. That's really wonderful. It suggested some additional prompts around that. So, and then what I'm going to do, because I do really like iterating through my design of slides, but also the opening and closing of a presentation is critical. So I'm going to say suggest a strong opening and closing slide. So I'm going to click on that and see what it does there. Looking things over. I like the I like it. I mean, I like the update. I like the status notes about it. I have a feeling these will become a meme in the future because they're just constantly used. The same one. So it says the response isn't based on the presentation. A strong opening slide for the presentation on artificial intelligence could be a visually appealing image or animation related to AI. So that's really cool. Welcome to the future of artificial intelligence, with a great question, a strong closing slide. So basically it didn't create the slides. It actually just gave me content. So what if I do this? What if I say, what if I grab this and say, I'm going to ask it, sorry, I'm going to ask it to create a new slide. So I'm going to say, create a slide, and input that. And you see it used 442 characters of my 2000. So you do have 2000. Let's see if it can create a slide based on its recommendation to us around a strong opening slide. Let's see if it can add a slide that will meet the needs of that. I'm curious how it takes its own advice and translates that into creating a slide. But I really like being able to chat side by side with the document. Look at that. That looks wonderful. Now, it's a new slide. It looks cool. It's not animated like the other one, but it's one. It's got speaker notes and stuff like that. That's amazing. I do want to let you know that because the deck is create speaker notes and the whole thing, you do have the option to tell it to write speaker notes for this slide deck. So it will go through the slide deck and create speaker notes for you. And that will be amazing to grab old PowerPoints and have it do that, and then go back and then just edit them and stuff like that. Let's see here. So I'm going to, with every presentation, there's usually like a Q&A. So I'm going to say, create some practice questions for the Q&A section. So this is one of those things like, you get into these presentations and Q&A for me is typically something I do during the presentation. I just kind of capture it during the meetings. But I think prepping for that is very important. If PowerPoint can help me do that, I think that's amazing. So great. So so this response isn't based on the presentation content, but here's some practice Q&A questions. What are some of the most common applications of AI? How is AI impacting society? So it's really like lining up with like some of the core, like, then stuff that wasn't talked about. What are some ethical considerations when it comes to the development and use of AI? So, I mean, that is brilliant. I mean, that's really, really good. So I'm going to copy that because I like to have stuff in my presentations that I'm creating to make sure I don't lose it. So I'm just going to, and I'm going to paste that in there, and I'm going to say that this is the Q&A prep. So that is really fantastic. Now, I'm going to say organize this presentation. Sorry, my typing's so bad. Okay, working on a response for you. Let's see how it organizes the deck. I've seen it do it in the past, and it was like the first time I used it when I was doing a quick overview, and it was like, wow, like it just blew me away. So fingers crossed, it is just like one of these killer features. All right, so let's look here. So it's got an introduction and overview section. It's got technical aspects of AI, so it's created sections. It's got a summary, and then it's got unrelated, oh dude, that's so cool, unrelated slides, and it even has that, I love this image of a slide. Oh, you know what? This is amazing. This is really, really amazing. I am seriously impressed by this PowerPoint tool. I know that this is evolving. Know that Copilot leverages GPT from OpenAI to as far as the text-based prompts that we're having in the Copilot. It can produce inappropriate or inaccurate content, so you definitely have to be aware of that. So make sure you review and verify the content that's created in here. This is a Copilot. Remember, it's not replacing you, it's helping you. So, I am thoroughly impressed at how this presentation went from creation to edit, adding more slides, looking at some design changes, looking at some, asking questions to have it summarize the deck, having it, build out some Q&A recommendations, so how it updated the deck itself in various ways. Really amazing, very impressive. 5 stars. Great job, Microsoft. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. And I'm finding the Copilots in the Microsoft 365 products to be just impressive, like really, really impressive. I have a feeling that this capability is only to get smarter and better and more amazing. And it will be something that is going to change how I use Microsoft 365. And it's going to make me want to use Microsoft 365 more. Other competitive products out there, like from Google, if they can't match this level of creativity and interaction, it'll be scary. And I know that Google Gemini is working on updates to Workspace and things like that. So I'm looking forward to trying out some of that functionality. But today, Microsoft has just knocked it out of the park. Microsoft PowerPoint, Copilot for Microsoft PowerPoint is really impressive. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Have a great day and see you in the next presentation.